Good evening and thank you for joining us for our main news here on Icu Tv. To begin with, let's take a look at stories that are making headlines. Over 1,000 youths set to begin ZNS voluntary training on September 1. Ministry of Health to introduce biannual injectable ARV treatment. Red Locust invasion triggers high alert in Western Province. And in our international news, Pentagon fires intelligence agency chief after Iran attack assessment. In our sports news, the Information and Communications University shines in Pre-ZUSA tournament. Emmanuel Zimba is my name, and here are the news in details. The Ministry of Defense has announced that the start of the Zambia National Service Voluntary Training Program, with 1,092 youths set to begin training on September 1st. Defense Minister Ambrose Lufuma made the announcement Friday, saying the initiative is part of government's plan to build a disciplined, innovative, and self-reliant generation. The first intake includes young men and women drawn from 156 constituencies, 4 males and 3 females from each area, making up the national total. Participants will undergo medical and academic screening beginning Monday, August 25th at the 3 ZNS training camps, Chishimba in Kasama, Chiwoko in Katete, and Kitwe on the Copper Belt. The 6-month program combines military training with compulsory lessons in agriculture, entrepreneurship, and national values. Government has set aside 17.1 million kwacha from the Constituency Development Fund to support the rollout. Minister Rufuma says President Hakainde Hichilema is confident as the training will help shape a new generation of patriot, productive, and employable young Zambians rather.
You may be aware, in November 2024, the Republican President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, directed the Ministry of Defense to reintroduce Zambia National Service Voluntary National Service Training. Since then, the Ministry of Defense has worked with other line ministries in preparation for the first cohort of the training program. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has provided, through of course the Ministry of Finance and National Planning, a total of 17.1 million kwacha under the Constituency Development Fund for the training. And this money has been received by the Ministry of Defense. I wish to assure the nation that medical tests and assessment of education qualifications of the 1,092 youths who have been selected countrywide to be trained under the Zambia National Service Voluntary National Service Training will commence on the 25th of August 2025. So it's just a few days from now. The selected youths are drawn from all the 156 constituencies and are expected to report to the 3 sites where training will be conducted, and they will be examined to assess their physical fitness. During the selection process, each constituency selected 3 females and 4 males, bringing the total number of youths per constituency to 7. Remember that the Zambia National Service Voluntary National Service Training has mandatory military training, and all the youths who have been selected in the first cohort will have to be certified fit before embarking upon this program.
Retroviral ARV drug that requires only 2 doses per year, a significant advancement aimed at improving treatment adherence for people living with HIV. Dr. Chimika Piri, HIV prevention lead at the ministry, revealed that the injectable ARV could be launched as early as January 2026. The initial rollout will prioritize patients on third-line treatment regimes who are currently dependent on taking multiple tablets daily. Dr. Piri highlighted that this development demonstrates government's commitment to adopting innovative technologies and broadening HIV treatment options. He added that the injectable ARVs offer more privacy and discretion, enabling individuals to manage their condition with reduced fear of stigma. Zambia has already made strides in HIV prevention by introducing cabotegravir, an injectable pre-exposure prophylaxis, or rather PrEP, administered every 2 months. The country is among the first globally to implement the preventive measure outside clinical research settings. The upcoming biannual injectable ARV is expected to further enhance Zambia's HIV response by promoting viral suspension, reducing pill fatigue, and improving the quality of life for those on treatment. Zambia is set to host the 75th session of the World Health Organization WHO Regional Committee for Africa on Monday, August 25, 2025 in Lusaka. The high-level event is expected to attract over 600 delegates, including health ministers from 47 African countries, global and regional health leaders, development partners, and other key stakeholders. Speaking at a press briefing, Minister of Health Elijah Muchima said the upcoming meeting reflects Zambia's strong commitment to public health and regional cooperation. He noted that the discussions will play a crucial role in shaping Africa's strategies for tackling emerging health threats and advancing the goal of universal health coverage. WHO Regional Director for Africa, Professor Mohamed Yaqub Jonabi, highlighted the importance of gathering, calling it a critical platform for setting health priorities and endorsing key policies for the continent. Professor Johabi added that the outcomes of the meeting will also inform major investment decisions aimed at strengthening and building resilient health systems across Africa. Western Province Agriculture Coordinator Lordwell Mutenga says Western Province is facing renewed pressure from red locust, with crops already damaged in some parts of the region. Limulunga district has reported significant destructions, and more districts are expected to be affected if the situation is not brought under control. Muntanga has called on all agricultural camp and block officers across the 16 districts in the province to report any signs of locust immediately in an effort to prevent further spread. Meanwhile, Christabel Kakumbi, the agricultural coordinator for Mongu district, says government has released funds to support the training of officers in locust management. She has encouraged officers to submit timely and accurate reports to assist in monitoring and controlling the pest's movement. Continuing with the news, Zimbabwean Vice President Kembo Mohadi has arrived in Zambia for a working visit aimed at honoring the legacy of fallen Zimbabwe People's Revolution Army ZPRA fighters. He landed at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport in Lusaka at 13 hours and was received at the Presidential Pavilion. In an interview with ZNBC News, Vice President Mohadi said the visit is part of efforts to pay homage at mass graves and memorial sites that honored historical significance in Zimbabwe's struggle for independence. During his visit, Mr. Mohadi is expected to tour 4 key memorial locations, including Mulungushi, Chikumbi, and Nampundwe, sites that played a critical role during the Liberation War. He also expressed appreciation to the Zambian government for its long-standing support and reaffirmed the strong bilateral ties between Zimbabwe and Zambia, which are anchored in shared history and regional cooperation. We go for our first break. Do stay with us for more in our local stories.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Thank you for staying with us, and now we continue with our local stories. Former employees of Canlin Investment Limited walked away with their full benefits, totaling 266,623 kwacha and 46 ngwe, after Ministry of Labor and Social Security stepped in to resolve a dispute with the casino company. The 27 workers were initially informed that their contracts will end on August 25, 2025, following the company's decision to shut down operations. But before the agreed date, they found the casino premises locked on 20th August with a notice on the door stating business suspended for rectification. Fearing they may not receive their dues, the workers reported the matter to the Ministry of Labor. The Labor Commission's office engaged Canlin management, who agreed to cooperate and allow labor inspectors to calculate all payments owed to the workers. The settlement covers monthly salaries, gratuities, and accrued leave days. By Thursday, all 27 workers were fully paid. In a statement, the ministry's principal public relations officer, Mwaka Ndawa, said the ministry was pleased with how the affected workers followed the legal process to seek redress. Ndawa urges all employees to respect Zambia's laws. Vubwi Town Council has released over 9.3 million kwacha from the 2025 Constituency Development Fund (CDF) to support a wide range of community empowerment initiatives, including education, skills training, grants, and loans. As part of the disbursement, 173 secondary school students have been awarded bursaries, while 183 youths will benefit from skills development programs aimed at improving employability and livelihood. The funding also includes CDF grant for 86 community groups and loans for 57 additional groups under the Council's Empowerment Program. Speaking during the official launch of the disbursement, Eastern Province Minister Peter Piri encouraged beneficiaries to use the funds responsibly and transparently. He also emphasized the importance of loan repayment to ensure the revolving nature of the fund continues to save more people. Chief Pemba Moyo, who also attended the event, expressed gratitude to government for the directing development efforts towards his chiefdom, describing the impact as significant and appreciated. Meanwhile, Vubwi Council Town Chairperson Vincent Mwale highlighted the transformative role of the CDF. Vubwi Council Chairperson Vincent Mwale highlighted the transformative role the CDF is playing in uplifting communities and addressing local challenges. Council Secretary Professor Moses Mtioka added that many grant recipients are already using the resources effectively, contributing to small-scale business growth and the wider local economy. The CDF program continues to serve as a vital tool for grassroots development and poverty reduction in Vubwi and across the country. We take our second break. Do join us for more in our international and sports news. Stay tuned.
Hello, the Information and Communications University, ICU. What comes to your mind when you hear of this name? Is it the beautifully architectured infrastructure at our campus? Or is it the amazing students that are always performing well in their fields? My name is Zimba Emmanuel, and I present to you Alumni Chronicles, a program that gets to look at all students that have passed through the corridors of ICU and are making an impact in society today. Join me every week as I sit down with former students and get to listen to them, what they have to say about life after they've been through the university. Remember, it's ICU TV every week.
Welcome back, and now in our international news. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has dismissed Lieutenant General Jeffrey Cruz, head of the Pentagon's Defense Intelligence Agency, following White House backlash over a leaked report on U.S. strikes in Iran. The report, criticized by Donald Trump as a flat-out wrong, claimed the strikes only delayed Iran's nuclear program by a few months. Trump insisted the sites were completely destroyed. Two more senior military leaders have also been removed, with no explanation from the Defense Department. Reports say the FBI is investigating the leak. Cruz's firing was first reported by the Washington Post. Senate Mark Warner condemned the move, calling it part of Trump's pattern of treating intelligence as a loyalty test. Hegseth has previously fired multiple high-ranking officials, including the NSA director and top Pentagon generals, following disagreements with the White House. Still in international news and still on the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered the National Guard personnel patrolling the streets of Washington, D.C. to be armed as the Trump administration's lockdown on crime in the capital continues. Trump ordered troops to Washington area in August and took control of its police force to combat what he describes as an out-of-control crime in the city. Just last week, the Pentagon and U.S. Army said the troops involved in the deployment, which now numbered approximately 2,000, were not carrying weapons. While Trump administration has lauded the mission, polls shows it is deeply unpopular and with many residents in staunchly Democratic Washington. We take a short break. Do join us on the other side as we bring to you our last item in sports news. Stay tuned.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Thank you for still staying with us, and now in our sports news. The Information and Communications University has made a strong showing in a recent full-team tournament hosted by Gideon Roberts University. The university's teams competed in football, volleyball, chess, and basketball, demonstrating their skills and versatility. In football, ICU's computer boys secured a convincing 2-0 victory against Evelyn Horn College, with goals from Robert Casamero and Thomas after drawing their first two matches. The volleyball team dominated with a 3-1 win over Gideon Roberts University, while ICU claimed victory in chess by default. In basketball, ICU's Gorilla boys excelled, winning to 100-92 against Gideon Roberts University. This tournament serves as a crucial preparation for ICU as they gear up for the 2025 Zambia University Sports Association Games, which are scheduled to take place at the University of Zambia this October. With this impressive performance, ICU is poised to make a strong impression in the upcoming games. And Claire Banda has more in the following report.
The Information and Communications University participated in a 4-team tournament hosted by Gideon Roberts University, competing in football, volleyball, chess, and basketball. In football, ICU's computer boys drew their first two matches but secured a convincing 2-0 win against Evelyn Horn College, thanks to goals from Robert Casimiro and Thomas. In volleyball, ICU dominated with a 3-1 win over Gideon Robert University, showcasing their skills and teamwork. The university also claimed victory in chess by default after their opponents failed to show up, but it was in basketball where ICU's Gorilla Boys truly shone, winning 100-92 against Gideon Robert University. This tournament serves as a vital warm-up for ICU as they gear up for the 2025 Zambia University Varsity Sports Association Games, taking place at the University of Zambia this October. With this impressive performance, ICU is certainly looking to make a strong impression in the upcoming games. And Claire Banda reporting for Icu TV Sports.
And that sports item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, let's take a quick recap at stories making headlines. Over 1,000 youths set to begin ZNS voluntary training on September 1. Ministry of Health to introduce biannual injectable ARV treatment. Red Locust invasion triggers high alert in Western Province. And in international news, Pentagon fires intelligence agency chief after Iran attack assessment. In our sports news, the Information and Communications University shines in Pre-ZUSA tournament. Thank you so much for watching Icu TV. Remember, you can catch this and many more news updates on our platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and also on LinkedIn and X. Or you can visit our website, that's www.icutv.com. This has been Emmanuel Zimba, and I say good night.